When I start speaking, I always forget to have the recorder on. So something that I've read many times and something that I saw from Tsurmang Rinpoche's video, he said that Sutra, Tantra and Dzogchen have the same result, have the same end stop. And I've heard it and seen it many times before. And in a sense, it is correct. And from other sense, it is incorrect. And this is interesting in the light of the three bodies. This is interesting in the light of the rainbow body or light body. Jalu, Swarna Sharira, whatever you call it. So, what is full enlightenment really? One can become a fully enlightened Buddha through the two subtle bodies, the Nadi system and meridian system. Because then you have removed all the kleshas, samskaras, vasanas, all this selfishness, self-centeredness, self-based existence. So you remove all these karmic causes that keep your mind stuck in the repetitive wheel and also removes you from the compulsive wheel of birth and death. But so this is a big deal. It's a big deal to purify the two subtle bodies completely. It's a big deal, and meeting somebody who has done that, you are always impressed to be in somebody's presence who has achieved that. It is simply the case. No matter how, if you're a beginner or if you are very advanced practitioner, it is always impressive. And this is, of course, when we have cessations, it changes our lives. Okay? But this is not, you could say that it is like body, but if we are specific about this, it is not. It is not rainbow body attainment. It is not light body attainment, because to be clear, to achieve light body with external marks, meaning that your physical body either shrinks or completely disappears at death, the physical body and its cells also has to be included. And my experience about this so far, yesterday evening when we did the dynamic session and then did Vajra bodies with a little bit of stretching at the end, when I asked you that, do you notice the difference, before and after Vajra bodies? And I saw many of you nodding. And there we can see, I was speaking about the continuum of the three bodies: causal, astral, physical, nadis, meridian, cells. And there you can see that the difference is not great, it's not big, but nevertheless there is difference. Okay? My experience of, just like I've spoken about, this happened to me a few years ago when I started becoming aware of the astral body after having purified the causal body, and I started to become aware of what astral body is and what kind of stuff is stored in there. And I remember that it felt like the same flavor material that was there formerly in the causal body was kind of echoing, still echoing, but it wasn't in the causal body anymore. It was in the astral body. And I wasn't aware, it had been many years since I'd really done astral body practice, many years since I practiced any Hindu deities or with Hindu gurus. Had been many years since I practiced Kriya Yoga, so it wasn't like I kind of had to restart the whole engine, the whole astral body project. And similarly, I realized that there are these, over the years, the causal body had kind of left these imprints on the causal body, on the astral body, and I was hearing these echoes from there, and they were very easy to remove. Very easy. They were just like a kind of like when you go to a festival and they might make a stamp on your wrist, and then when you wash your hands with soap once or twice, that stamp is gone. It was like that. And my experience so far with the echoes from the astral body that have been left on the physical cells is exactly like that. Exactly. The sensation, of course, from causal echoes on astral and astral echoes on cells, it goes from subtler to subtle to gross. So there is difference in sensation, of course, but my experience so far, which might change in the future, is that shouldn't be at all difficult to integrate the physical body, integrate it into a seamless continuum like the three bodies are, that it shouldn't be a big deal. But having said that, well, my physical practice has been greatly interrupted by all kinds of health problems, severe insomnia, and not being able to exercise at all for many years. But then, now for a few years, I've been able to do pretty regular yogic physical exercise. Asanas, some dancing, of course Vajra bodies on daily basis, and because of that, of course, there has been impact and effect on the physical body. So, I would have, if I hadn't had health problems and insomnia and so on, I would have kept myself in like a professional athlete shape, because I have been like a professional level athlete in my martial arts years. So I would have preferred that. I would have preferred to be in pro athlete shape. But even when being in this shape, I feel very comfortable in my body, and I feel confident about the physical light body practice from the physical perspective. I feel very confident about it. Yeah. And this is the reason. I remember it was probably 2019, if I remember correctly, or maybe 18. Maybe Simha remembers better, when I introduced Vajra body. Vajra body. Maybe some of you remember when I introduced it. It was maybe in June 2018 or 19, but I remember it was early summer. And Vajra body is one of those practices when I was a little kid of 3, 4 years old that I remembered from past life. So still stuck with the same practices over 40 years later. But did this answer your question?
Yes, I think so.
No.
Thank you.